Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country on mkocradio.com. Always a pleasure to have this gentleman on the show. He is a big supporter of real country music, of all the great shows that are doing real country music and all the new artists that are doing real country music as well. And he is back with a brand new album of all original material and recorded at his very own recording studio in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to tell you a little bit more about that. The album is called Here I Am, and the gentleman that's with me tonight is Arnold Connelly. Arnold, how you doing tonight?
Doing well there, Scott. I appreciate you having me on your show there on MKOC Radio, and I appreciate the opportunity to be with you again.
Well, it is a pleasure. We had fun with your Fire on the Wire guys. That was a blast, man.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a memory maker right there. We had a good time, and I appreciate the invite on that as well, and that's just a fantastic event and time that we had together there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you have an album to be proud of, my friend, and I was there for some of it and got to see a little bit of the recording process, and the album is just stellar. The songs are great. We've been obviously playing them on the show, and you got to be really proud of this project.
Yes, Scott, I really put my heart and soul into this, and what a lot of people don't know is lots happened to me in the past year. Actually, July 5th will be my first full year that I recorded my first professional 5-song EP in Nashville. My Eyes Are Only on You CD, and then I recorded 2 complete albums, one in New Jersey with Fire on the Wire, which is my band here in Washington, New Jersey at Mr. Music, and then I recorded another full album down in Nashville between March and April, or March and May of this year, which is Here I Am, and I'm very, very proud of it, and both projects came out very well, and I'm just very, very fortunate and blessed to be part of that. And another exciting thing happened is through the whole thing, I've become a partner in the studio down there. So a lot's happened to me in the last year. I kind of pinched myself a little bit.
Well, it's well deserved, and you certainly do an awful lot all the time to help promote everybody that's out there doing real country music, and I really appreciate that. And I know I've said thank you, and words kind of fail, but it's so much appreciated by not only me but everybody that you're helping out.
Well, I just try to help other people, and you have a fantastic radio station there, MKOC Radio, and I always try to catch it on Monday and Thursday nights and during the week too. Now, along with some other stations out there that that I also support, and they believe in playing good traditional country music and helping the indie artists, which that's what I am, as an indie artist. So anytime I can do that, I will. And it's just I think we all should support one another and promote the music, because it's all about the music and the fans that love it.
Absolutely, and we work with a lot of other stations too, and there's times where I get a lot of music sent to me all the time, and sometimes it might not quite fit my format, but I always try to get it out to the right outlet so that the music is still getting heard.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably got a few songs on the CDs that on any of the CDs that may not fit the format, and I understand that. I'm more of a traditional country music artist, and that, but also I kind of snug out on the edge a little bit sometimes, and I know it doesn't fit everybody. That's okay. I do it because I love doing it and sharing that with the fans and the friends and family out there, and I just I enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, I want to make mention too, if anyone out there that's listening is looking to get some music recorded, get an album done, and Nashville is the place to do it, and you want to go to musicvalleyrecordingstudio.com and check out the wonderful facilities they have there. And I say this firsthand because I've worked there. I've recorded there, and I know everybody that's there, and they're the best people. And of course, Arnold, you're part of that. So anyone that's looking to do that, I want you to go visit that studio and get a hold of them, and they'll do it right for you. And they use the very best musicians.
Yes, Scott. I appreciate that plug there. We also have some special rates at the local hotels right there. It's within walking distance of the studio, so if anybody wants to go down and record, believe me, I'm an independent artist, so I can tell you all about it, and I'll help you out. I was scared to death the first time I went in there. I know what that feeling is with butterflies in your stomach, and we had some fantastic musicians that come in here. Most all of them play the Opry, so you're dealing with the very best of the best. And I appreciate the plug there.
And I can attest to that, no doubt about it. And it's in the Music Valley I guess it's a mall. They call them shopping center. It's a really, very easy on, very easy off, right off the highway. Great parking, and we tend to spend a lot of time when we go down to Nashville in that whole area because there's a lot of great stores there. And of course, you got Music City Bar and Grill, Nashville Palace, and Cooters, and Willie's General Store, and I mean, just a lot of great stuff just right in that area.
Well, you're exactly right, and part of the reason why I partnered with them was just for that reason: location, location, location. If you get off the Parkway and you make a left, you're going to the Opry Hotel, in the Opry Complex. You make a right, we're right across the street. So in a sense, we're across from the Opry, which you can't get no better than that. I mean, that's the home of country music, So when I had the opportunity, I jumped on it, and I've enjoyed being part of it so far, and I'm looking forward to helping a lot of people get going with their music. And if anybody wants to record, come see us.
Absolutely. And I want to say hi to Barry and LaDonna. I'm sure they're both listening tonight, so we want to send a shout out to those guys too. Great people. Oh
yeah, and Scott, I'd like to, if you don't mind, I kind of like to run through some of the musicians on the CD. Tim Atwood, he's well known. He's a fantastic piano player and a keyboardist on the CD. And Johnny Carpenter played the fiddle. Yeah, John Heinrich on the saxophone. And a story about John, this is crazy. When I was down there recording, I didn't know who this guy was, and he's got an office in our studio, and I'm helping him unload some stuff. And I go in there and I see a big old picture of Ronnie Millsap in there. And I said, "Oh man, Ronnie Millsap, he's like one of the best, He said, "Arnold, he's my boss." I said, "What?" I said, "No way." He said, "Yeah, I work for Ronnie Millsap." I about fell out. I mean, that's just the quality of the musicians that we have in there. That's my point. And John plays the saxophone on a couple of my songs. And you got Eddie Lang on steel guitar, which is one of the best. And then on the Opry, Eugene Mose will play with Merle Haggard, and Anthony Valentine, which is a bass guitar, and Barry, played acoustic. He's also the producer and engineer of the album. And of course, LaDonna, she's my biggest fan, and she also written songs for Conway Twitty. You got Christine Lee Jones. I think that she was a backup singer of Highway 101. And then, of course, you, truly, Mr. Scott, backup singer on one of my songs, It's Not Easy Going Home. So the quality of the musicians are just amazing. And, you don't have to have a band to come in and play. You can, we'll set you up and just bring your lyrics and your guitar or what have you. If you're on YouTube, the musicians will listen to it, and they'll work with you to get that sound that you want.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to do this a little bit differently, Arnold. Normally, I ask, I'll take a song and ask you about it, but I'd like you to talk about some of the songs that on the album and tell me some stories behind them, and just kind of let you pick out some of the ones, and we'll talk for a few minutes, and we'll stop and play a couple too. Okay?
Sure. Okay, that's no problem. Well, the first one I'd like to talk about is probably Daddy's Girl. And I wrote that song back in 1998 when my oldest daughter was just a baby. And the way that the album was set up, that first song's Daddy's Girl, and this last song is You're So Beautiful, which is written for my youngest daughter, and she was a baby. So the first song is a daughter song, and the last song is a daughter song, and in the middle there's talks about my life. But Daddy's Girl was written for my oldest daughter, and it's just talking about there's no better feel than having her arms wrapped around you, and she makes you feel like a king, and it's just so very touching to me. And I had no idea, Scott, that I would write a song on my first album kind of related to that called I See You. And I See You is written for my oldest daughter for her high school graduation. So she has a baby song, which I had no idea back then that I'd be doing what I'm doing now. And she has a high school graduation song. So my youngest daughter has a baby song, which is You're So Beautiful, and I still have to write her graduation song, which I've got an idea of what it's going to be. But You're So Beautiful, that song is very touching to me. My youngest daughter was born with a cleft lip and palate, and I wanted to write a song to let her know, to give her confidence, and let her know that no matter what, she's always going to be beautiful, and there's nothing's going to change that in my eyes. And she's a very special child to me and my wife. So those two songs there are very, very touching to me. Now in the middle, I Miss You, that song is kind of a song about maybe a lost love or what have you, and you're thinking about, I miss you tonight. It's really one of those kind of, it's got like a 50s kind of feel to it. I really, really like that song. And the next song after that is called It's Dawn Again. Most of these songs on this album are all true, and they all come from my heart. It's Dawn Again is written for a friend who recently went through a divorce. Matter of fact, last July I attended their 20th anniversary and actually played at their anniversary, and then a year later here they are divorced. Her name is Dawn. So the song was written like, through her, her husband he said, Dawn calls me today, and this is what she said, and then she talked, it's kind of a story kind of a song, and it's a true song.
Yeah, I like
on a wing in the prayer.
I like the spoken intro that you do in there.
Yeah, well, that's that's just awesome. That's something that Music Valley does a great job with. Is they want kind of like that unique sound that start to a song that gives it that punch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's a stellar song. Well, let's take a little break here and play some of those, and we'll come back and talk some more about the other songs. This is Arnold Connelly, brand new album, Here I Am, and you can get it at arnoldconnelly.com and also on CD Baby. And Arnold is very active in the social media world, so you can always get a hold of him on Facebook too. He's got a page there, and we'll make sure to put that information on our Facebook page as well. But let's play a couple of these. Let's play Daddy's Girl, and let's play It's Dawn again. I like that one a lot. So Arnold Connelly, brand new music. Stay with us. Arnold will be back to talk some more about these great songs as we continue.
I don't have to look no further than your eyes to know that you love me. It's as plain as black and white. Now the years are going by us, and no matter what we do, you'll always be Daddy's girl. My world revolves around you, and everything I do. I cannot think about you without you in my world. And heaven knows what an angel can do. You're my angel, Daddy's girl. Arms around me, I feel just like a king. Oh, there's no feeling like this. I know it's meant to be, and heaven knows what an angel can do. You're my angel, Daddy's girl. And heaven knows what an angel can do. You're my angel, Daddy's girl. Yeah, Dawn called me today, and this is what she said. Are softly singing out my window as the sun is rising for the day, and the kids are leaving for the bus as I start aren't either. So what's all the fuss? We're heading down the road to a broken home, and I'm losing the best friend I've known. Oh, it's dawn again. Where have you been? Oh, it's dawn again. Don't throw us away. After all these years, I still want you the same. Oh, it's dawn again. A brand new day. Oh, I'll try to make it on my own. As the sun is rising, my best friend is gone. Oh, it's dawn again. And where have you been? Oh, it's dawn again. Don't throw us away. After all these years, I still want you the same. Oh, it's dawn again. A brand new day. Oh, it's dawn again. A brand new day.
All right, that is brand new music from Arnold Connelly from his latest album, Here I Am. ArnoldConnelly.com is the website and CD Baby, and I've got the man himself here with me tonight talking about this fantastic album. And Arnold, as we mentioned before, you wrote every single song on this album.
Yes, Scott, I did. Everyone is, most of them are true. There's one or two on there that might be twisted a little bit, but everyone's true, and I wrote all the songs, and that's exactly right.
Fantastic. Well, we discussed some of the songs before and played some. Tell me about some of the other ones on the album.
Well, I'm just kind of going down the list here. The next one down is On a Wing and a Prayer. And how I got that idea for that song, it's kind of really about the situation I'm in with my job currently. Sometimes I feel that way, but I took a bunch of cliches. I just Googled some cliches and said, I wonder what it'd sound like if I put these together and made a song out of it. And that's what I did. And it came out really, really good. And I thought it was pretty cool. So that's kind of a cliche song. I should have named it the cliche song, but On a Wing and a Prayer is what I called it. The next one down is Here I Am. And that song didn't exactly start out to be what it is. It's really about a situation where maybe you're crying out for help, and maybe whatever you're in, and it really turned into be more like a gospel song. So it's a traditional country song, and unless you know the Bible, you're not going to understand who I am is. That's the great I am, which is God. So here I am is, here I am, God, here I am, talking to God, and he's, that's really what the song's about. And it's very powerful to me, and it's one of my favorite songs on the CD, and I wanted to, give him the glory, and that's the reason why I named it Here I Am, the CD. The next song is called Lumberjack Dave, and that's a fun song. And there's a story behind that. That's a true song, too. What it is Dave, I work at a rock quarry in the rock quarry industry, and Dave got in trouble for shipping sticks in a rock load. So, you're not supposed to put sticks and logs and rock. It just, customers don't like that when it goes to a concrete plant or an asphalt plant. They get all mad. So he got the nickname Lumberjack Dave because he had to fix all that. Well, he was also kind of a ladies' man. And he recently got married, and, I got thinking about, a lumberjack chopping down trees, and it's kind of, I guess, a metaphor, I guess you want to call it that, so he's out chopping down trees, but he found one tree, he chopped down his last tree, which was the wife he married. He can't do that no more. So that song, that's what that song's about, Lumberjack Dave. And so when you listen to it, now that you know the story, you'll catch on to it. But unless you know that, you may not catch on to it. So, yeah, no, it's funny, isn't it?
I love that.
He loves it. I gave him a copy of it, and I said, hey, man, you listen to your song? He said, oh, yeah, man, I love that song. My wife calls it a side B song, Scott. So,
well,
my wife doesn't like that song.
That just goes to show you got to watch out, or Arnold will write a song about you.
Absolutely. You give me my job, and people around me gives me the inspiration. So that's very, very cool. And as we move along down the CD here, Scott, the one that you helped me with on the harmonies, and it just came out beautiful. It's Not Easy Going Home, and again, a true song. I have a friend of mine who's been in the mining business over 30 years. He's from Western Pennsylvania, been in New Jersey, and he recently retired. I think it was in November when I wrote this song, and I wrote it for him. And his name's Lloyd, and I told him, I said, Lloyd, I did it at his retirement party, and, I got a few cheers and stuff, so I knew it was a good, when you make people cry, it's a good song. Yeah. And I said, Lloyd, I'm going to record that song in Nashville one day, and sure enough, I did. And it's probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Not just because you're on there.
Well, I was going to say it is my favorite song on the album, and not because I'm on there. But it's when you sent it to me before you recorded it, I'm like, yep, that is a phenomenal song, and I was very touched that you asked me to come in and do that, and that was a lot of fun.
Well, I didn't know you could sing, and then you shared it on your show, and I thought, what would be really cool? You're going to be down in Tennessee at that time. I'm down in Tennessee, and I thought I would ask you, and I was just fortunate to get you. I mean, it was what a great time that we had there, and I was very thankful and grateful you participated in it. It's a great song. Well done, and I'm very, very, very proud of it.
It is a great song. And folks, I want to tell you something about Arnold. He and his wife came down to Pigeon Forge this last spring to be at the NACMA show, and they were there for me to get the award for Radio Station of the Year. And we got to spend some time together. We had dinner together and just got to know each other a little bit, and then we got to hang out a little bit more in Nashville. And I mean, what nice people to be able to come all the way down there for that. And I really want to thank you both for that. We had such a great time.
Well, Scott, I appreciate, you and I got to be friends through your show, and you told me what's going on, and I said, I want to participate in that. And I met a lot of people down there, so it was a great networking event, and got to support you and the station, and I'm just grateful and thankful. And then, at the same time, I decided to record, and, being that close, I thought it worked out great. I'm thankful that you had a chance to be part of the project.
It's beautiful. That's a beautiful song. Well, let's take another short break here, and let's play a couple of these. I want to play, of course, It's Not Easy Going Home. This is such a beautiful song. And let's play Here I Am, too. I really like that one. And we'll come back and talk to Arnold about the rest of the songs on this great project. It's called Here I Am. ArnoldConnelly.com is the website. And you can also get the album along with his Fire on the Wire and his previous album at CD Baby. Those are all available there. And we'll have that information on our Facebook page as well. Stay with us. Arnold Connelly will be back right after these great songs.
It's not easy going home after all these years of working alone. But my journey now is ending, and it's not easy going home. My boots are on morning again. And I know my time is over, but it's not easy going home. It's not easy going home. I gave my heart, my body, my soul. How can I just leave you alone? It's not easy going home. As I punch the clock for the last time, shake the hands of my friends. I will always remember the good times. Thankful for the years we had. It's not easy going home. I gave my heart, my body, my soul. How can I just leave you alone? It's not easy going home. It's over now. I'm going home. Here I am again, calling for you, my friend. You know where I've been. You're there till the end, and I know you'll always be. Trying to slow it down, I'm trying to stop somehow. You always hold my hand, no matter where I stand. You're my friend till the end. Now here I am, here I am, calling for you, my friend. You've always been, you always will. Now here I am, here I am.
All right, that's brand new music from Arnold Connelly. His album is called Here I Am, and you can get it at arnoldconnelly.com and also CD Baby. And we've got Arnold here with us tonight talking about all these original songs that he has written and recorded and gotten out to all you wonderful fans out there. And I know you're enjoying his music. So, Arnold, it sure is nice having you on the show tonight. Tell me about the rest of the songs in this great project.
Sure, Scott. We kind of walking the dog off. That's one of the songs on the CD. But I want to talk about the board meeting first. The board meeting is really about, actually, that's a true story, too. It's about a couple of us guys hanging out in a local bar in New York and having a few, drinks and everything. And one of the guys, said something about, actually, I said one drink, and then we got things, and one dance, one look of romance. This theme started coming in my head. I said, you know what, that's a song. I want to write that song, and it's kind of a true story behind just us guys hanging out and one drink, one dance, one look of romance, and on down the road I go. It's a fun song, and it's got a good honky tonk kind of feel to it. So the board meeting, that's what it's also kind of business related, and I'm kind of a business guy, so it kind of goes hand in hand. I think it's pretty cool. The next song down is Walking the Dog, and that dog, that's a funny song too, and that song's not true, but how that song came into being, I'm taking guitar lessons, so I'm not the best guitar player in the world, but I like to learn licks, and I can play simple stuff. So I'm learning some new chords on the guitar and at Mr. Music, and I got this funky beat going on. I said, you know what? Sound like Walking the Dog. I like a good bass lick in a song, and if you listen to that song, it's got a good bass lick in it too. I call that Walking the Dog, is what I call that.
Yeah.
And the song's about, so. The song's about a guy in the yard walking a dog. He sees another woman walking down the street, and she's walking her dog, and he's, I'm just out there walking the dog. He's not walking the dog. He's actually falling in love with this woman, so that's really what the song's about. And, it could be like you're walking in Central Park or something, New York.
Sure.
But that's a fun song, but that's what that is. And then Anthony Valentine, the bass, when we did that in Nashville, the licks he put on, the bass licks on there are just amazing, and Barry did a great job mixing that. Matter of fact, I've got a few comments on it. I've given a few CDs away and there in New York, and sometimes I give them to strangers. I keep a few in my truck to say, what kind of music do you like? Give them a CD. They don't know who I am, And I'm trying to get feedback. I want honest feedback. Is it good? Is it bad? You got to be thick-skinned in this business. And that song's kind of a goofy song, but I like it. And my wife thinks that's a side B song too. So I'll forget.
Well, see, your wife and I have this all worked out. She tells you it's a B side, and then I play it on my show. See, that's how we work this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. If she's gonna be listening, she's gonna be giving me that weird look, Scott. So I don't get in trouble here.
Yeah, I get that look myself. Sarah was pretty. I'll tell you, the wives are good about that kind of stuff. They got the look. There's a song for you right there. You call it the look or something like that.
Yeah, the look. Yeah, that is a good idea for the song. I'll give you credit for that if I write that.
I'll bet you that won't be a B side.
Probably not. But and then the final song on the CD, Scott, is "You're So Beautiful," and as I mentioned, that's written for my daughter, and that song is powerful. I mean, I can't. I almost, when I hear that song, it's not got that traditional country honky tonk. It's more of a classic. I don't know what you call it, but it's just a beautiful written song, and I about cry every time I hear that song because it's so touching to me. And I remember when I wrote it, and how emotional I was when I wrote that song, and I tucked it away. I wasn't even going to do this because I've got hundreds of songs, so it's really hard for me to go down and record just 10 songs,
Yeah.
And I wanted kind of a theme, and so, I think the album came out very well. The artwork on it came out well, and the songs came out well, and I'm very, very proud of it. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share it with fans and friends and family out there tonight.
Well, it's certainly an honor to have you on the show, and we're going to play a couple more. We'll play the board meeting, and then we'll end it with "You're So Beautiful," which is the way the album ends as well. And folks, I encourage you. I do this with all my listeners. I always tell people, get the whole album because it's as Arnold mentioned earlier, it's kind of he's got the bookends with "Daddy's Girl" and "You're So Beautiful," and all the songs in between. There's some songs that'll make you cry. There's some songs that'll make you laugh, and there's some songs that you'll relate to, and you'll know somebody that can relate to them, and it's just a great musical journey to go on. So I encourage you to go to CD Baby and pick up this album, and visit arnoldconnelly.com, his website. And Arnold, as always, it's a pleasure, and your music will always have a home on my show, and I thank you for everything you've done, not only for me but for all of us in country music.
Thank you, Scott, and I appreciate it. I'm honored and privileged to be part of your show tonight.